Hello there, my beautiful earth signs. This is a message for my Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn signs. My name is Rachel. This is Dark Night Coaching. I'm an intuitive reader, a bit of a medium, and I tap into your energy psychically and kind of hopefully a message in here will resonate, but I kind of just see what your vibe is, what's going on. I pull a traditional Celtic cross spread, so there's about 10 or 11 tarot cards that I go through with you, and then towards the end of the reading I pull about 10 cards from 10 other decks that I have that are just oracle cards and other divination cards that help hopefully cohesively tie the message together. So before I get it on camera, I meditate with your energy, and I do that through music. So the song that I was listening to was Chapel Rowan's Good Luck Babe. I usually put song lyrics in all of my titles of my videos. It's just how I tap in personally. It's the easiest way for me to get into a meditative Zen mode, which is basically a gamma brainwave frequency. So if you don't know what I'm talking about, make sure you Google gamma brainwaves, because I could talk about that all day, but I won't. So let's see. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, you have a lot of changes happening. There's a lot of major life chapters going on for sure, because you had a lot of major arcana coming in. I'm also getting right ear tingles. So my guides are talking to me, or if you've been feeling like tingles or a breeze in your ear, that's just a confirmation that you're getting guidance and messages from spirit. Sometimes it's almost like subliminal messages, like we can't hear it on our frequency, but they are talking to us and speaking to us and guiding us, which is definitely proven in your energy here, because you have the Wheel of Fortune in your main situation. So this is all about the wheel is moving, the wheel of time, everything's moving forward. You're on a divinely guided trajectory here. That's what this is. Now the challenge for you at this time, my earth sign friends, is the King of Pentacles, which is kind of interesting because it's also earth energy. And typically, as a Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn, you usually don't have much problems when it comes to monetary type things. You're usually very good at like saving and business decisions and those sorts of things. But at this time, there's some sort of struggle when it comes to your legacy or something to do with your finances that's really impacting you. So let's see. What's the foundation of what's going on is based on the 10 of Cups. Now, the 10 of Cups is all about your legacy and emotional fulfillment. So something that's bringing you joy is causing this problem, or something maybe that brought you joy in the past is causing this issue, some sort of family dynamic or something like that. I pulled a clarifier here, and it was the Page of Pentacles. So it's like maybe you feel like there's not enough coins to go around. Maybe you feel like there's a new opportunity you want to start, but it might be financially challenging, or maybe not a viable option at this time. Now, in your past, you have the 10 of Swords. This is kind of like stick a fork in you, you're done energy. Something's coming to an end. Some sort of baby betrayal or deceit happened or occurred to you. I did pull this card for Virgo. So you might have a lot of Virgo in your chart if you're watching this. For the Virgo reading, you might want to check out that video as well, because there might be something significant in there for you. But Virgo's reading was mostly based on love, and this reading I don't feel like is so much so love. This is more of starting something new, some sort of business related endeavor, I feel like, or a commitment that you're making to yourself for the long haul that's going to bring you a lot of joy and happiness. But I do feel like it's something tangible in the 3D, because there's a lot of Pentacles energy, earth energy here. Now, your present energy is the Four of Wands. This is a card of engagement. It can be a card of marriage. This is also a card of commitment. And this is just maybe you making a commitment to yourself and your dreams and those endeavors. However you need to do that. It might, even though it's a card of marriage, typically, I do feel like for some of you, it's definitely a card of divorce because of this 10 of Swords in your past. So maybe you're celebrating getting divorced. Like, there's no shame in that. So I don't know, some weird energy, but there's definitely something nostalgic, because the 6 of Cups came out in your near future, and this is like a blast from the past energy. It doesn't have to be a loving, like a love relationship connection, but it is maybe some sort of friendship, or somebody came around from the past that surprised you, because this 6 of Cups is like a it's like a puppy love card is how I think of it, but it's also a card of nostalgia. And you also have the Six of Pentacles in your subconscious, which makes me think this is like twin flame energy. Maybe somebody you don't even see coming that's coming back around at some point in time in the next 4 weeks to 4 months. Definitely some major shifts happening, and it's definitely I don't know, it's a very strong soulmate connection for sure. Whatever this is, I can just feel it. The next card I have for you is like what's in your power and in your control in the situation, and it's all about your perspective and your mindset. So maybe you were disappointed about the past or how things didn't work out as you had planned for them to, but this card is a card of apathy and spirit giving you another opportunity, and it's like you're not really very satisfied, but I do feel like you're going to proceed forward anyway, but it's like you're not happy about it in a lot of ways. So I don't know why this is like a blend of a lot of messages here. It almost seems like contradictory, but I feel like for some of you it's going to make sense in a couple different ways. Now you also have 4-4, so make sure you check out the angel number 4-4. Now in your like perception of how people see you, they see you as this 8 of Swords energy. So maybe they feel like you're in like this analysis paralysis mode, or you feel like stuck in your thoughts, or maybe they're just thinking you're all up in your headspace and they're not really sure what's going on behind the mask. But I do feel like people see you. They might feel like you're maybe not so sure-footed, but I do feel like it's none of their business anyways. So make sure you're doing what you need to do for yourself and not caring too much about what other people think or have to say about what it is you're doing. Now you have 4-4, you have 8-8, and you have 6-6. So those might be significant numbers. All right, your hopes and fears, you have the Fool card. The Fool card came out and I pulled the clarifier, which was the Page of Swords. You're afraid of being a novice at something. You're afraid of starting over new. You're afraid of maybe immature behaviors or immature people that are maybe putting their fears onto you. The Page of Swords is usually a card of spying or social media garbage. That's kind of how I think of that card. It's like an immature energy that's not very helpful. And especially if you're on a new path, a new trajectory with the Fool card here, this brand new chapter, you don't need that like in the naysayers or anything like that. So make sure you're being cognizant of what you're absorbing, and that is through social media and your phone, obviously. Like, I don't want to tell you not to be on social media because you're obviously watching a YouTube video, so like do the math. But sometimes social media can be helpful and sometimes it can be harmful, so make sure you're using discernment there. Now your potential outcome here is the Strength card. So Spirit is really asking for your guidance and your strength and perseverance in a situation, whatever this is, in order to get to these goals that you have or to achieve these things. But it's also about maintaining an open heartedness and a kindness and a spirit of generosity and fairness and balance while you're doing this, because this is in your subconscious energy, the Six of Pentacles. So I do feel like even though despite the past pains, despite the headspace you might be trapped in, despite this baggage and all these knives in your back, you're trying to maintain a positive outlook during a challenging time. And that is not only brave, but it's like something to be proud of, because a lot of people, close off their heart space and they, if they can't beat them, they join them. And that's the biggest disservice you'll ever do to yourself there, Taurus, Capricorn, Virgo. So, all right. Okay, my earth sign friends, that's what I have for tarot. If you would like to join me for these oracle cards, cool. If not, that's fine, whatever. Please make sure you smash that like button. It helps my channel grow and I greatly appreciate it. And it's free, so it doesn't really cost you anything, just a little bit of arthritis. So, yeah, I'm going to dive into these oracle cards and see what other messages your guides and spirit have for you. And hopefully something here will resonate. And if you're interested in a one-on-one coaching session, okay, I'm going to take those both. If you're interested in a one-on-one coaching session, please feel free to reach out. I can also do individualized tarot readings, just like I'm doing here, except I tap into your energy. And yeah, I have a lot of different modalities of healing and trauma coaching and things like that. Just because I have lived a lot of lives in one life, I'm pretty good at helping people, so it's a gift. And that's why I make these videos. So hopefully something in this message will help you. You're definitely throwing yourself into some sort of work endeavor because you have the workaholic card, which is tied to your throat chakra as well. The blue around this card is symbolic of your throat chakra. This is all about speaking your truth and authenticity. And again, this could be like learning something new with that Page of Pentacles and that Fool card and the Page of Swords. It's like you're learning something new, and maybe you're having to be taught by a master, because there's like a raisin and a grape here. So you're gonna maybe have some sort of mentor, and that might be the leg up for you, because you have the leg up card number 34 and you have clean it up number 21. I usually don't take 2 cards, but since they fell out at the same time, I felt like it was meant for you. Now the leg up could just be this new opportunity here. Like the Page of Pentacles is usually a seed. Spirit is kind of giving you a seed, and it's up to you whether you want to really water this and plant the seed and help it grow or not. Like that's the choice you have to make. That's the potential outcome here with the Strength card. It's like, do you have the perseverance? Do you have the will? Do you have the drive or the passion for this project? And that's just going to be a test for you to decide if it's something you want to do. Now, clean it up is about your thoughts, making sure you're not going in with a negative attitude. Try to stick to an attitude of gratitude. Sometimes that's not very easy to do when we're in tumultuous landscape. Going within is a great way to kind of have introspection and understand why it is what we're feeling. Usually 9 times out of 10, when you're feeling anger, it's actually grief, because you're disappointed, you had an expectation, and then you experienced maybe a letdown. And sometimes that expression of anger is misinterpreted as anger, but it's actually grief. So you might be having to switch a mindset here about how you're seeing things, or why it is you're feeling a certain way, or even honestly just writing down your emotions and what it is you're feeling is one step to just have that level of self-awareness to understand, like, okay, this is what I'm feeling. And sometimes that's just enough to like release it and just let it go, because you've acknowledged it. It's almost like Schrodinger's cat. Like once you realize it's in there, it's in the room, you kind of let it go in the acknowledging of it. Now, I was going to say something else and I forgot it. Dang it. Okay. I add value to the world. Everyone adds value, even the PCs. Yeah. You also have meditate and contemplate here from the Moon Oracle deck. Something about Pisces might be significant. New moon in Pisces. We just had a north node lunar eclipse in Pisces on the 17th of September, I believe it was. And that is at a time where like emotions run really high. So if you've been having some emotional roller coaster rides, just hang in there, because you're on the same track as the rest of us. Now you also have the Sun card. This is cool. I love this card. This is more of an uplifting card and energy, a little bit of optimism, which I do feel like needs to be sprinkled on you at this time, Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus. So it says, keep your face to the sun and you will never see the shadows. Attitude of gratitude. That's what I was going to say. Attitude of gratitude is important. And it's also important to, if you cannot really find many things to be grateful for, go back to basics, okay? Go back to like, I woke up, I have fresh air in my lungs. Today, it's sunny. It's whatever it is. I enjoy the sound of the birds when I wake up. I'm glad my ears work. Things like that. Like 5 things a day, just to start off, is an easy, free way to express gratitude. Because when you have gratitude cannot coexist with fear or hate. And I do feel like that's going to help switch your vibrational frequency from a lower level to a higher level and help clean up your thoughts. Now, the next card I have is from my Third Eye Intuition deck. It says harness. Tap into your intuition at work. Is there a way you can be open to guidance or go on a hunch and be certain that you are self-aware and self-examining so as to discern the meaning of any intuitive messages that come to you? Now, when you're in this like meditate and contemplate mode, you might be having more access to these things. If you're like, oh, I'm at work, I don't have any time to do this meditation thing or whatever she's talking about. Okay, cool. Don't do it. But I will recommend breath work. Breath work is another way. It's not exactly meditation, but it is a traumatic healing activity that you can do that's free, that doesn't cost you money, and it takes like 5 minutes. If you've never heard of Wim Hof breathing, give it a Google. There's also something called like 9D breathing, and there's other different modalities of breathing techniques that you can use. Even the Navy SEALs use these techniques, and it can really help you not only shift your energetic body, but your physical body. It will help release a lot of trauma. That's also why I like Reiki, because it's an energetic healing process, and Reiki is a nice way to release things that we don't even really realize we're carrying. Now, the next card I have is from my I Ching deck. It's number 59, Dispersing. Definitions, dividing lines, establish patterns of life and thought. All these things can be dispersed and revealed as an illusion. Center your inner authority and let your decisions flow from the essential underlying source holding everything together. The dissolution of old forms releases energy into new purpose and direction. Where and how can you be less rigid? And as energy and vitality is liberated from old boundaries, where will it go? So as you're releasing this negative energy, as you're getting rid of these traumas and these triggers and these wounds and these swords out of your back and these things that you're holding on to, earth signs, how are you channeling or funneling that energy? Because we are all energetic beings. You know, it's basic science that energy just doesn't disappear. It transmutes into something else. It transfers. So exercise is a great way to get out angst and anxiety and those sorts of things. If you're not into that, okay, yoga, that's another way to push it out. Moving your physical body is really one general good way. Again, the breathing technique can be helpful as well. And sometimes even if you're like, I don't want to do any of those things, I don't even feel like moving today, go to the shower and just like visualize yourself in the water washing away any negative energy. And that's another way to just release it and let it flow to the drain, or just, you know, visualize it returning back to sender. So anybody who sent you negative energy, you can just send it right back. That's like spiritual warfare 101 basically. So the next card I have is Freedom from my Power of Love deck. This one says, you are releasing any self-imposed restrictions or perceived limitations through the loving energy of openness. Love it. Love this card. This is totally Six of Pentacles. That's what this is. Open heart, open mind, open spirit. Maintain a generosity. Maintain kindness. Keep that love. Keep that light burning that's inside of you. Sometimes people try to put it out. It's up to you if you let them. Don't let them. And then the last card I have is... Sorry, I was making sure that was the last card. Yeah. The prayer. This is from my archetype deck. Personally, I don't pray. I'm not really one that usually like prays in the normal sense of praying. I was raised very religiously, so I'm very aware of like what praying is and what it means and things like that. But I don't particularly believe in the modern version of a god or idol worshiping like people preach it to be. That's just my own perspective, and I don't care if you do or not. That's none of my business. But this prayer card to me, as an intuitive reader, is symbolic of manifestations, wishes, imagination. That's kind of what this is. It's like, what are you hoping for? What do you want? So it's like, don't get stuck in this negative energy of like, oh, everything's doom and gloom. What is it that is going to bring you peace and fulfillment and joy and happiness? That's kind of what the prayer card is for me. Like, where do you see yourself in a year? Where do you see yourself in a month? You know, do you really want this new endeavor? Is this thing going to bring you ultimate happiness? And if so, how are you going to visualize that? How are you going to manifest that? You know, you can pray. Go ahead and do it. Like, pray that you can get all these things and do all these things, and pray for guidance and pray for messages from your guides and things to help you align on this path, on this ascension process, on the spiritual journey, and help you get there. That's kind of what that card means to me. So hopefully this helped you, my earth signs. I hope you have a great month, and I will see you next time.